Now, before I show you guys my final rankings, I want to show you guys one more chart to really help you give context about these players. And this isn't the normal chart with numbers and stats, but this chart shows a letter grade on how great each of these 14 players were in the 6 different categories. 3 of them we've already talked about: basic stats, advanced stats, and awards. The 4th category is team success. This is pretty self-explanatory. And the 5th and 6th categories are both very challenging to quantify with purely numbers, which is why I like the letter grading system. It's the famous eye test and legacy. The eye test is exactly what it sounds like. If you were to only watch these players with no context about their championships, individual awards, and stats, how would you rank them? And legacy. Legacy is a word in the world of sports that you hear a lot. How does this decision affect this player's legacy? I would define legacy in basketball as the achievements and impacts a player made throughout their career and how they'll be remembered because of them. So things that a player can do to positively affect their legacy is consistently win championships, consistently win big time awards, having some unforgettable career defining moments that no one else can replicate, make unforgettable impacts on the game of basketball, stay away from as much negativity throughout your career as you can. Of course, easier said than done. And lastly, staying loyal to your original team as long as you're winning. That always helps. So on the flip side, things that can negatively affect your legacy is not winning a championship throughout your career, having a track record of early playoff exits, consistently getting beaten out for big time awards, not having any career defining moments that no one else can replicate, not making any lasting impacts on the game, surrounding your name inside of negativity, and not being loyal, especially if your previous team was contenders. Okay, anyways, back to this chart. If I had to give a letter ranking for every aspect of these 14 players' games, it would look like this. Now, let's explain this from the worst grade to the best grade. An example of what a C- looks like is Oscar Robertson's team success. He only won 1 ring and had a lot of early playoff exits in his career. There's actually no C's on here. A C+ looks something like Wilt Chamberlain's team success or Oscar Robertson's individual awards. A B- looks like Wilt Chamberlain's legacy with countless early playoff exits despite him putting up incredible stats, and KD's team success. A B looks like Steph Curry's advanced stats, Larry Bird's team success, or the eye test for Tim Duncan. A B+, which is by far the most common grade on here, looks something like Kobe's basic stats, Shaq's legacy, Hakeem's eye test, or LeBron's team success. An A- looks like Larry Bird's advanced stats, Tim Duncan's awards, Kareem's team success, or Magic's legacy. An A looks like Jordan's basic stats, LeBron's advanced stats, the eye test for Kobe, and Kareem's awards. And finally, an A+, the closest to a perfect grade without actually being perfect, looks like Wilt Chamberlain's basic stats, MJ's advanced stats, MJ's awards, Bill Russell's team success, the eye test for Jordan, and Bill Russell's legacy. So I think we've covered enough context to really be ready for the final reveal of these rankings. If you're interested in watching more about this topic, go click on the full-length video linked right here.